it's very stressful to be gay in June now. Like it's a stressful thing. It's like it's a bad thing. Like it's a detriment now. You know, it never helped. And I've always said this and I will always say it. I do not believe Pride ever helped. I don't. As somebody who was conservative, as somebody who had very, very hardcore issues against my sexuality at a young age, Pride never once helped me because it just was a bunch of gay people acting like whores and all this stuff. It did not help a conservative family understand. It did not ever help me. So Pride has always just been for the left ever since its inception. And it was only for Democrats to virtue signal, essentially, always since it started. So it never helped me. But at this point, it's so bad now. Like it wasn't necessarily a detriment. You know what I'm saying? It didn't help, but it wasn't like, it didn't hurt necessarily. Now it hurts. Now it's actually like holding us back. And it makes being gay in June actually really difficult because you always have to see all this. And then you see the conservatives being bitches about it. And then you see the left virtue signaling about it. And you know they don't give a fuck. Any gay person with a brain knows the left doesn't give a fuck about you.
It's true.
You know it. And the right, again, they're all virtue signaling with each other and they act like they care when they don't, just because this really disgusting example is lifted up on social media and it's just horrible. And it just goes on and on and on. And it's like, I wish it was just a day. You know, why does it have to be a whole fucking month? Like I like June. I like Gemini season. Why did it have to be ruined by this deluge of bullshit? And also now the Pride clothes, this is kind of a side note, but all the Pride merch is so ugly. Oh my God. It's like you want us to look ugly.
It's garish.
It is disgusting. It is, you know, there are obviously zero gay men behind any of that stuff because it looks like crap. And I don't know what is the trend now with gays, especially like Todrick Hall. I was so disappointed in him when he was in Taylor Swift's music video. I know this is turning really gay, but I have to be real. He looked horrible in that music video. And I'm like, why though? Like, why do you have to look disgusting? Like, even if you're dressing in drag, like, why can't you look nice in drag? Why do you have to look like a clown? It's just so stupid to me. And it's certainly not going to help with acceptance.
No.
And I hurt for the gay people, the gays that are in conservative Christian families right now, especially in the South or anywhere that it's, you know, if they're in a situation where their family is very conservative, it must be so hard to be there in June.
It's turning their families against them because they have to deal with all this bullshit. And they may have been fine before that. And they're like, why the fuck am I seeing rainbow everywhere? What's going on?
And the thing too is if you're struggling with your sexuality, it's a wound. It's something that hurts. And Pride Month is like putting salt in it. It's pushing on it. And it's a trigger and it makes it harder. And the other thing too is like, because of Democrats, when I came out, I had to deal with a deluge of accusations from my mother that I was going to get butt raped, that I was going to become a wild partier overnight, that I was going to be on drugs all the time. This is Democratic stereotypes that they have put out there all over every June for decades. You know, this has been going on for a long time, that it's like my life, because I'm a millennial too, right? So I mostly remember 2000s and 2010s. I don't remember 80s or 90s or anything. I don't remember that. But it's like they have been pushing these stereotypes and reinforcing it every single June. And it doesn't help a conservative family. It doesn't help when you're in that situation. It doesn't help someone like that. It just hurts every time. And
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, if you're going to do something like Pride, please desexualize it. Get rid of the drugs. Don't have alcohol involved. Like, think about who you're supposedly trying to help. You're not helping the people that you say you're trying to help. You're hurting them every time. And that's every leftist policy in a nutshell. That is literally everything the left does. They are hurting the ones that they claim to help. Like with all the spending, it causes inflation, which hurts the poor the most, for example. I mean, every time, but just think about who you're actually trying to help.